Hello guys, Lee from Charmwise here. Today this video we will talk about this video is basically for new users who are very new to wax shaving. So I'll introduce you guys about the razor, the razor blade, and of course what's the difference between the shaving cream and a shaving soap. So let's start on with the razor blade first. This razor blade is basically a 3-piece. Why 3-piece? Because you can remove it by just unscrewing the handle here, and once go off you have the cap, the base plate, and the handle. These razor in particular, usually they are made out of zinc alloy coated with chrome for rust resistance. So now I'm going to teach you guys more about how to load a razor blade into this razor. So the best way is always put the cap on your palm, then remove the razor blade from the wrapper. For this particular brand, it has 2 wrappers. Outside is a paper layer, and inside there's a wax layer. Please be careful, it's very sharp. Opening, try to grab from the side of the blade and pull it out. Once you pull it out, you basically hold it like this. This is the side, this is not the sharp part. This is the sharp part, don't touch the area. So sometimes you might see there's some dots here, those are wax so that when they wrap the paper, it will seal this blade inside the wax paper. So to load it, put the cap on the palm, the middle hole face the middle, slide it in, hold the side like that, put it in. Then remember, your base plate is very important. Always make sure that the direction of the base plate is always like this. Then use your handle and put it on very lightly, don't press it, and screw it back in. Once it hit the pot, don't tighten it, just as long as it's tight enough, it's fine. Don't over tighten it because you will damage the thread inside. Once that's done, you already have a razor blade that's ready to shave. So now, I hope that answered most of your question on how to load a razor blade. We will go on to shaving after we go through the shaving soap and shaving cream part. Before we start, we will talk about what's the difference between a cream and a soap jar. So basically, why is inside a cream is because for easy to use, it's much more viscous and wet, and most of the time a cream is very good for using with a bowl. This is a fancy little bowl. For starters, you guys can just go on with any bowl, just that once you really like the whole wet shaving thing, then you can decide to upgrade to something better. And this is a synthetic shaving brush, very soft, very easy to use, and also very easy to take care. So how to use a shaving cream? Basically, all you have to do is squeeze a thumb size amount into your bowl, just like this. Then again, preferably warm water, add into the bowl. For new user, I suggest you guys don't worry too much about how much water, just because water actually helps you, gives you more lubrication and also protection. Even if your lather turns out wet at the start, don't worry about it. In fact, it's very good. So just go on, use your soap, press it in and push it down. You'll realize that I'm actually pushing it down, like pressing it in, and then just keep spinning clockwise, anti-clockwise, whichever you like, and you will start to see the lather forming. Don't be too nice to it, just press it in, and you see how vigorous I am moving the brush. And At this point you can see that it's quite dry. Again, add more warm water if possible. Warm water, warm water, and then go on and lather. What you are doing is basically you are mixing the air, the water and the oils in the shaving cream to create this dense luxurious lather. Once you see that it's very sticky, it's actually good to go, but of course you can go on more to become something much more silky and fluffy. Play around with it, add more water, add less water. It will take some time for you to dial into your preferable lather. There's no correct or wrong lather, it's more like which one you like. So look at this, all you have to do is whip it out, whipped cream, and apply. For this video, I will emphasize more into face lather direct. For face lather, instead of the shaving cream where we go to the bowl, usually we load it directly onto the brush. So one of the steps that you need to start on first is, before you go for a face lather, is wet your brush. Not too wet, just wet enough that there's still damp. Next is, this is the soap jar. As you can see, it's a bit hard. So a damp brush, press it in and swirl it around. This action is called loading the brush. You're picking up soap with your wet brush. Just keep on loading and loading. Just how long? 15 seconds, but it really depends on you. Once you are used to it, you will feel like however long necessary because of how much pressure you put on the brush. Just pick up all the side soap here, and then basically this is how it looks like. What next is you're gonna do is just, again as usual, if preferably warm water, and before you start lathering on your face, add warm water to your beard. So my hair here now is the 4-day growth. Add water. As much as, don't worry so much about how much water, just go like drip a few drips and then go on straight to your face. Apply the lather all over your face first. It's almost like applying the soap at every area. Then once you have all the soap around, all you have to do is again add water. At this moment you realize that I'm adding a lot of water, and this is also why our traditional shaving soap is so much better than the foam canister that you'll find in the supermarket. There's hardly any water inside. Water is actually giving all the protection and lubrication in your shaving soap. And you can see just a while of lathering, the lather start to burst out. Again, it's still quite sticky, so add water. Enjoy the process. You can feel the hole with your skin, you can feel the lather forming, the silkiness of the soap lather. Again, remember, be open-minded where you are trying first time for your wet shaving journey. Everything experiment a bit. While it looks like it's very easy, what I'm doing is very easy. Do understand that this is almost like a norm for us who are used to wet shaving. So what I'm doing now is called painting stroke, because the lather is already created. So I paint it to apply all the lather evenly around the place I shave. So what I do is, because sometimes it will take quite long for you, especially you are new, the lather might dry on your face before you can shave that area. So what I suggest is, if possible, at this moment you don't have to go straight to your mustache first. Just lather on, and keep this on the side. and we were going to start shaving. So remember, my advice is start on the most flattest spot of your skin. Hold your razor firm. Don't. But I understand that some people will say that let the weight of the razor do the work, but everyone's skin and hair is so different. The best is like holding a knife to cut something. Hold your razor firm. Go to the flattest spot. If you want, pull it up, tighten your skin, angle around 30 degrees. It will take a while. For me, it's already very natural. Just, you see, while my finger looks like I'm pressing it down, don't press it. I'm actually just holding it. And shave. Don't go one big stroke like that. Always single, small, little tiny stroke. So this is the result of it. All the lather will be pushed down, and I'm not sure you can see it, but most of the hair is inside the lather. Once you get this kind of amount, just wash it off with the tap water. This will allow the blade to not be clogged by your hair, and also the hair and also the shaving soap. Again, go to the other side. Always start at the flat area if possible, so that you will be more confident with your shave. Feel the blade. Don't be too scared about the blade when you have a good shaving soap, because its job is to protect your skin. Adds a layer of lubricant. See? Trust the shaving soap to give you the protection you need. So next step is it's more advanced level. When I'm shaving this way, we call it shaving with the grain, following where the hair grow. But if you want something more clean for your shave, means like we call it baby butt smooth shave, we usually have to go and shave against the grain. Means the direction of going up, facing the opposite side of where your hair is growing. For starters, don't try this first. Understand your facial profile, how your hair grow, shave with the grain so that you reduce nicks and cuts and razor burn. But those that would like to have a really efficient and like really the baby butt smooth shave, you would need to go against the grain. Same thing, hold the skin down, feel the blade, then shave. Always, again, my advice is don't go big stroke. Always wash your razor to make sure that it's not clogged. Straighten your skin as much as possible. When you're shaving against the grain, you can see that you are actually letting the blade almost gliding on your skin instead of having the safety bar that is help you holding your skin back, pressing the skin down before like actually going into it. So this is almost like having the blade just gliding on your skin compared to when you're shaving with the grain. That's where you'll get a very clean, smooth shave. Around here, do this action, flatten your skin. Slowly, carefully, just shave as usual. I hardly put any pressure, it's just that I'm holding my blade, my razor very sturdily. You don't really have to press anything, and once you're done, just see whether you need any touch up. Like since Everything okay? So you'll go to the mustache area. Take your remaining lather, just again, this is all preference. I prefer to separate it. You want to lather your whole face and go straight on to shaving, that's your choice. That's up to you as well. There's no right or wrong. So, of course, some people might find it really troublesome shaving your mustache is because of the contour line. It takes practice. Don't give up. It may look very easy for me, but I've been shaving for years. So it's almost second nature. And you see, even though I'm shaving for years, I might nick myself. A small nick is okay, because later on you can use an aftershave to clear it. Why we nick ourselves here is because of how the contours line here. So a bit of my skin actually went into the cutting area, so it nicks me a bit. So once you're done, just use the water to wash away all your soap. Just wipe off. So now we will, if let's say, as in this example, there's a small nick here. There's two ways you can deal with that. One is you use an alum block. It stings, but that's how it works. Second is you use an aftershave lotion. Aftershave lotion contains alcohol, so what it does is it disinfects, and at the same time it tightens your skin, so it kind of like closes back. So what I can do is I just spray on my neck first, and then I apply all over my face. You might feel a stinging sensation is because of micro cuts when you are shaving, and also especially like here when I nick myself a bit, it might sting a while, and then your skin will close, and then it will stop the bleeding, and sanitize it at the same time. So that's how wet shaving works. Before I end, how to take care of your razor. After every shave, of course you wash it. I would suggest you to not keep the blade inside. Loosen it and put it aside to air dry, so that it doesn't, even though it is stainless steel is not rust, anti-rust, it is rust resistant. So where there's this thing called galvanic corrosion, where two different metals are squeezing each other and there's water inside, it will increase the rust very quickly. We just release it and put it aside to dry. Next question most people will ask is how many times can the razor blade last per shave? For my face just now, I would say it will last 3 to 4 times. Again, very subjective towards your skin, your beard hair, and also your shaving soap. Why shaving soap? Because shaving soap is also, while it gives you lubrication, it also provides more resistance to your blade to cut. So it will dull the blade at the same time. So this is about the razor. Then the brush. If yours is a synthetic brush, all you have to do is just wash it, dry it by hanging it upside down. Whether it's by hanging upside down, you ensure that the water doesn't seep into the base where the glue holds the brush together. For a new brush, it would shed a bit of hair sometimes. It's not a big issue. After a few whiles, it will stop. And lastly, for taking care of your soap, for the cream, just close it back. For the jar, you will see that there's some soap scum here. What I would do is just wash it with cold water. Don't try not to wash it with hot water, because the hot water might activate the soap, making it dissolve, and the active ingredients might start to make it like become a soap bubble. Wash it off. As you can see, it's wet, and leave it on the table that is away from sunlight for it to air dry. Once it's air dry, then you can cover the lid and you're done. A soap can last very long time. This soap, 150 grams, if you shave 2 to 3 times weekly, you can definitely shave more. This soap can last you more than 4 to 6 months. So I hope that this video introduce you to this wet shaving world. Again, I suggest you guys, when you go into wet shaving, especially with a safety razor, be open-minded. I have been shaving for years. I still nick myself a bit. It's fine, it's okay. You're not slicing until you're bleeding. Sometimes that's where the fun of it. When you shave it so well, you enjoy it so much. That's where it rewards you. And again, the soap, the lather, enjoy every moment of your shave. That's the most important thing. So okay, thank you guys. It's the end of the video.